Yeah, that's all I got for that one. Linares still calls out. Linares calls out everyone. Like I said, he's Lara. Who did he call out last night? Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia is calling out Miguel Cotto. Hello? Linares doesn't win that negotiation, right? When Mikey looks at, when he's at the offering table, which one is he going to take? Cotto or Linares? Who do you take?
Linares.
Oh, come on. He's going to take Cotto. That's millions.
Oh,
Garcia versus Cotto? Come on, he's going to take Cotto. Linares can call him out all he wants. He's not going to fight you. He's already talking about fighting Cotto in December. Stop it.
I don't know. Look, I don't know about this whole Cotto. Look, Cotto coming into the discussion every time is amusing to me. I don't get it.
Garcia, but this is what boxing needs. See, this is what boxing's been missing, really, people. We've had a lot of guys retiring. Andre, hello? We have a lot of guys retiring with their O's now, okay? Which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Some of them deserve it, but it's not how it used to be, right? Yes. Most of the time, the ball keeps rolling. Boxing gets the old guys to fight the new guys, and the ball keeps rolling. Belts keep getting handed over. Right now, they're not. They're retiring. Miguel Cotto deserves to fight Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia deserves
Miguel
to fight
Cotto deserves to retire.
Yeah, well, this is his retirement then, because Mikey is probably going to lay hands on him at 147. Now, if they go to 154, Lee, I don't know what Mikey Garcia is going to look like at 154. Can't really call him a favorite. 147, it's Garcia all day. 150 maybe. I'll even take Garcia because I bet you he comes in at 148. So I like that fight. That's your old school fight. That's your old school in with the new, out with the old type fight, man. Miguel Cotto's last hurrah, right? Is going to be against the undefeated multi-division Mexican champion. It's going to do great numbers.
It's a good chance for him to get brain damage.
Danny Garcia should have fought Miguel Cotto already, people. How many times have I been saying that? In New York. Should have been in New York Stadium. Come on, Al. That's the greatest fight for Danny. That makes his career in New York as for the Puerto Ricans. Never happened. I don't know why.
Don't know why.
Andre Ward. Come on. He's doing the same thing with few fighters. Lee.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant when I started by the expected but unexpected this week. Look, we begin the retiring of an undefeated number one pound-for-pound fighter. Number one pound-for-pound. Matter of fact, people, the best performance of his career. And then he said he was done. He said his body had too much. It was the best performance. We talked about injuries. We talked about layoffs. We talked about decision-making. He knocked Kovalev out in the last fight of his career, then said he was done. It's a weird, it's expected because for at least 2 to 3 fights, he's been talking retirement, but unexpected because he had the best performance of his career. And then you go to the Raging Bull. You go to the Jake LaMotta. You go to the legend. 95 years old. So it's expected that the man was going to pass away at some point, but unexpected because he was just going, Lee. The dude was at events. He's still around in the neighborhood. You heard Bobby say it last week. Sad. Expected but unexpected this week, damn it. Raging Bull, he lived through it all. Lee, he lived through a hard life.
I didn't know he was still alive, Andrew.
He lived through 6 fights with Sugar Ray
I thought
Robinson.
he had died years ago.
I love his saying, you guys. I fought Sugar Ray so many times I should have died from being a diabetic. Is that how it goes? Did I just fuck that up? Yeah, that's probably a great saying.
I would have died as a diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Diabetes. There you go.
There you go.
Joseph Parker. Yes.
Hold on. 6 times, Lee. He fought him. First man to ever beat him. People, listen, you got to know. Sugar Ray Robinson is the reason why we have a pound-for-pound title. That man that passed away this week is the first man to defeat him. That's a great thing to have on your resume going into the hall. Or going into the sky, right? Going into heaven, right? Sugar Ray and him are going to fight for the 7th time. You know that. You know what else he did?
You believe there's fighting in heaven now?
Do you? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's football in heaven. No one gets hurt, though. Come on now. It's all for fun. There's a big arena up there, Lee. Yes, sir. All the greats go to.
So, in your mind, when you die, there is violence in heaven.
Hey, check this out. You know he went up against
Help
the mob?
me to understand this.
Did you? Do you know he went up against the mob?
Okay. So you think he's going up to heaven to demand respect fights? That's what you're going with.
I can't believe that, dude. What? He was going to heaven and fighting Sugar Ray? Yes, they are.
Wow.
Come on.
Joseph Parker.
You're going over it again.
WBO heavyweight champion of the world. Andrew?
For this guy? We're cutting Jake short for this guy?
Joseph Parker keeps the WBO heavyweight title by defeating Hughie Fury. No relation to Tyson Fury.
He is. That's his cousin. That's his cousin. Tyson Fury was going insane, Lee.
Joseph Parker had a frustrating second defense of his WBO World Heavyweight title, but instead he deserved. He got the win by majority decision over Hughie Fury at Manchester Arena. The New Zealander won by a score of 118-110, 118-110, and 114-114. I don't know what that judge was watching. That's crazy.
I know, right? I know. Here we go again.
After struggling to land clean blows on the English boxer who showed good movement, but Parker felt he had done enough to defend his title.
Who cares who won? It was fucking boring. They weren't even landing punches. This was Klitschko versus Fury at a way lesser degree. Like, Lee, it was so boring that my stream connection wasn't good. I didn't bother to try to find another one. I just left. Fuck that fight. Those two guys they're nothing in this heavyweight picture right now. That's what they displayed there Saturday afternoon on my computer. Joseph Parker should be thankful that he's signed with Top Rank and went to that man's backyard and was able to get that decision to get out of there. That's why Tyson Fury's going insane. Nothing happened and the hometown kid lost. Usually doesn't happen. That usually doesn't occur in boxing, but it did on Saturday. But I didn't care. I don't care. Judge Parker didn't do anything. The other guy didn't do anything. That's a wash fight. Give us your title back as soon as you sign to fight someone else, Joseph Parker. That's terrible. It was a terrible, terrible fight. I know what I think they tried to do the Tyson Fury land a one punch around, right? Isn't that what he was doing to Klitschko? Try to make it as boring as possible. Get the few points to get the round. It was terrible, Lee. And I'm going to tell you what else hurts Fury. The Fury family, the Gypsy movement, they don't fight. Billy Joe Saunders just came back to the ring last week against Willie Monroe, and Tyson Fury have held on to their titles for a year and a half, doing nothing but talking shit on social media, using drugs, retiring, coming back for fights, then getting out of them. Like, I think maybe people are tired of the whole Gypsies movement getting the titles.
So you're saying there's hate against Gypsies?
I'm saying there could be. These guys have been playing around with these titles for so long. Maybe the boxing world don't want them. Maybe they don't want Tyson Fury's cousin to have one of the piece of the heavyweight division. Yeah. Yes, I am saying that.
That is so funny. Like, I don't even know, like, you're saying that there's mad hate for Gypsies.
I'm just saying, Lee, they're kind of crazy.
Like,
they got those
like
titles.
There is a racial divide. Like, people are discriminating against Gypsies.
I'm talking. People, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm just
Dude,
saying,
that's so funny.
When those two guys,
nobody's getting that. Like, if you're not laughing in your car as you listen to this at this moment,
damn it, the hell.
I don't even know what to say. Hey, by the way, everybody listening on your next trip to Las Vegas. Well, Andrew, more importantly, everybody who's listening, they're probably planning to go to Vegas in the near future.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Next time you go to Vegas, go to LasVegasDiscount.net and save 50% on your next trip to Las Vegas. Why? If you listen to this show, you know that we saved you nearly $300 on the night of Canelo Triple G by being able to book Caesar's Palace for a mere measly $300, saving over 50% on a fight night next to the T-Mobile Arena. Fight Net Radio fans save immense amounts of money. All you got to do is type in Fight Sorry, LasVegasDiscount.net. So endeth the commercial. Moving on. That's how I got him off the topic, everybody. Friday night, Top Rank Boxing goes all the way out to Tucson, Arizona, hometown of Oscar Valdez. He retains his title against Tubba. Let's just call it what it is. Tubba.
Genesis.
It was action-packed because here's my feeling about...
You will remember that name.
Why am I going to remember his name? I'm never going to hear again from Genesis. It's Genesis Cervania. And I'm never going to hear from this guy again.
Lee, they brought it back. Bro, ESPN is killing it right now on Top Rank.
And here's the smart move. For everybody listening, let's get it straight. Valdez beat Cervania by unanimous decision, improving to 23-0. They did it in front of his hometown crowd. It was a packed audience. He defends the WBO title. It was a good night. Another win for... Right? Another huge win for Top Rank Boxing.
Yes. Lee, you're winning right now. If you're paying attention to the ESPN boxing program as an average fan, as an old man who used to watch the sport, right? You used to watch it. You have seen things like Vasily Lomachenko's skills on ESPN. You've seen things like Manny Pacquiao being upsetted by the kid Jeff Horn in Australia. That was controversial, but still a great fight. And then this last night, we had two back-to-back action-packed fights. Valdez getting up off the canvas. Lee, he looked out. The kid was hurt bad. I mean, talking about almost every punch that landed after the point that he got dropped, he was staggered going into the corner. And he comes back and he wins. That was a great fight. Valdez, Cervania, both of them should come back. ESPN is winning. This is one of those fights, Lee, 12th round, last 10 seconds. These dudes just went at it. They literally start throwing everything. The crowd is on their feet. I know everybody that's used to watch the sport is going to call me from Monday to the next fight saying, that's what I remember boxing being. In the first fight, the Ramirez, I know we'll go over it, the Ramirez fight, and then in the second one, the main event. These were killer fights. Good production. I got one knock. One knock, people. I don't know if anyone else had this freaking problem. Lee, they bounced the fight to 3 stations. There was a baseball game. I think it was the Cubs. I forget who, but it went into overtime.
Right.
Extra innings. So they go to ESPN News. So you click over to ESPN News. You're watching a few rounds. Then it says, go to ESPN 2. So you click over to ESPN 2, you're watching a few rounds. Go back to ESPN. Like, what the fuck, people? I was recording a classic fight, and now it's 3 different times I'm hitting record on my DVR.
You actually had to work. God help you.
It was bullshit. I don't want to have to see that fight 3 different times.
And I apologize for Andrew's cursing on this show. We don't want cursing on this show.
Was that a curse word? That shouldn't even be labeled one. That's weak.
Bull caca would be correct.
All right, there you go.
Bull caca.
Damn it the hell.
Gilberto Ramirez outpoints Jesse Hart on the undercard, also televised. That's why Andrew's pissed off, because he was recording all these fights. Also in Tucson, Arizona. And also, Irish Mick Conlan gets another knockout. Let's get the white guy as stacked up on the cards as we can. They're going to make Conlan fight every 4.5 minutes till he gets to 20-0. 20-0 with 20 knockouts, and then they're going to give him a WBO title. Quote me now, hear me later. Irish Mick Conlan will be 20-0, probably in the teens. I would really say, I don't know if Top Rank can wait.
This kid's cash cow, bro.
Yeah, sometime next year, right? He'll be 13-0, 14-0 with 14 knockouts. And they'll move him up to one really hard Mexican who will probably take him to the limit, right? Take him to a decision. And then his next fight will be for the WBO featherweight title. You heard me say it. I'm calling it now. He's on the fast track.
He really is. Seems like he has everything of making another top rank success story over there. Speed, defense, power, charisma. It's all there, Lee. You know, he's Irish. They got a strong fan base. When they have something to root for, they're going to come hard with it. And Conlon, I think, is going to be a cash cow for Top Rank. I've been saying it. If I was McGregor, I'd be a little bit nervous about this kid because